you've ever been in a relationship with someone who doesn't love you back, then you're going to feel everything that I say to you. You wake up in the morning, pray to God that you're going to have a great day today. You do everything in your power to make sure that the kids are taken care of. You do everything in your power to make sure that you look as good as you can. You do everything in your power to make sure that there's nothing messed up in the house, that everything is good, that everything is kosher. And then you just go about your day. But before you get out the door, an argument happens. And no, you weren't ready for an argument. You didn't wake up ready to incite an argument, but it happens. Miscommunications happen in relationships, but this argument is dark. This argument is so dark that you don't even know whether or not you're going to get hit. And then he slaps you. But you got to hurry up and get to work. You got to hurry up and get the kids to daycare. You got to hurry up and go. So you don't want to stay and interact, but then he chokes you. And you're begging and pleading, but still trying not to cry because he hates when you sound like a little bee. So you sternly let him know that you have things to do and you're ready to go. And he tells you that he doesn't care. He does not care what you have to do. You're going to stay there and finish it like a woman. And in the back of your mind, you're just wondering, Lord, what did I do to cause this to be happening this early in the morning? I prayed to you, God. I tried to do everything perfectly this morning, God. I didn't make too much noise. I thought I made the food correctly. I thought I did this. I thought I did that. Baby, stop right there. There's nothing that you could have done to have changed the way that that outcome was except for leave. If somebody is committed to misunderstanding you, they're going to misunderstand you even when you write out your feelings. It does not matter what your intentions are if their intentions are to hurt you. Let me rewind that. If their intentions are to hurt you, it doesn't matter what your intentions are. If you don't have malicious intent with anything that you do, but everything about them is malicious, you could hand them $1 million and they'll still find a reason to hit you. It's not okay. It's not safe. I know. I went through 6.5 years with my ex-husband, and now that man has been in prison for years, not even because of me. And he keeps getting into fights with the COs in the prison. But while we were together, nobody knew he was abusive because I never said anything. And when I left him, people didn't believe me because, well, they didn't see none of the bruises. Yeah, because the places he hit me, I covered up with clothing. Or when he took advantage of my body, nobody knew that because I didn't tell them. When he pulled a gun out on me, his family watched him do it, but none of them will ever say that that happened. Then with my ex-boyfriend, his family knew he was abusive. His family knew he broke my jaw. His family knew all of this. But when he broke my ribs and I finally left out of town, a lot of people said I was lying. A lot of people said I was over-exaggerating. A lot of people said he never put his hands on me, even though a lot of people in his family saw him put his hands on me. And the ones who didn't, they heard the way that he talked to me. They also saw the other girls that he was abusing, but those girls wouldn't speak up. I say all this to say, if you're with a narcissistic, toxic abuser, they're not going to stop being narcissistic, toxic, or an abuser just because you're a nice person. If you're a caring person with good intent, you have no reason being with somebody who does not match you. If you're unequally yoked with somebody, if you pray to God and talk to God every single day, and this person, some days they believe in God, some days they don't, y'all have no business being together. Because they're either going to pull you down to where they're at, or they're going to kill you. They're not going to go up to where you're at because they don't want to have a relationship with God. They don't want to see life in a positive way. I remember talking about God so much in both of my ex-relationships, my ex-husband and my ex-boyfriend, that I would literally get hit and told that I was stupid. Why do you always bring up God? He ain't got S to do with this. Look at where we live, and you think God love you? Like, I would have stuff like that said to me all the time, and it never made me doubt whether or not God was there, but sometimes it made me doubt whether or not he loved me. But now that I've been free from abuse for 3 years and I actually know God and I actually have a relationship with him outside of church and outside of the societal norms, I realized that God always loved me, but I didn't love him. Because when you don't love God, you don't follow God. If you love God, you will obey him. If you love me, you will follow me. If you don't love him, you're going to live life however you want to. You cannot expect God to come through for you in major ways when you don't even come through for him in the smallest way, which is faith. The faith of a mustard seed. Just go out and share the gospel with somebody. Have faith that God is going to bring you through to the next day. And you can't even do that, but you expect him to come through in mighty ways for you? It's not that he can't or that he won't, but why should he? Why should he? The fact that you still have breath in your lungs means that he's giving you another chance. But why should he go the extra mile for you when you won't even go 1 mile for him? The same way that we expect somebody in a relationship to reciprocate what we're doing, God don't expect us to reciprocate because we could never even halfway measure up to him. He just expects us to give our all. Give him your 100%. Your 100% ain't going to be the other person's 100%. Your 100% ain't going to be God's 100%. But your 100% is all that you need to surrender. So when will you? It's never going to feel like a perfect time. You're never going to be in a perfect position because you need Jesus to reach the perfection level that you're trying to reach. But if you got to wait until you have it all together to go to Jesus, then you might be too late. You might miss him. I don't know about you, but I don't want to miss him. My faith in God is so strong that if he took me right now, I know I'm going to heaven. I spread the gospel. I live my life according to his gospel now. I didn't used to. The words that come out of my mouth are according to his gospel. The actions that I take are according to his gospel. Everything that I ingest, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, I'm not doing nothing that God wouldn't be pleased with. And anytime I do, I repent for it. Because I don't try to, but I'm human, so sometimes I fall short. But I know that I need Jesus in order to not fall short. I have no question in that anymore. If you're ready to take that next step and to walk through your life peaceful, no matter how much money's in your bank account, walk through your life peaceful, not on eggshells, not scared that something from your past is going to pop up, then now would be the time to give your life to Jesus. Because once you admit everything, you confess everything with your mouth that you've done, and you give it all to Jesus, the devil can't hold nothing against you. Nobody can bring nothing up from your past that you've already spoke on, that you've already asked for forgiveness on, that you've already moved past. But if you're still sitting in it, living in it, or sitting on it and acting like it never happened, then yes, it can rise back up and it can end you. But why give the devil that much power? Think about that. God bless you.